News, information, opinions, and trivia. From the cowboy that knows, please welcome Cowboy Ron.
Yeah, I've been checking the news around the world tonight, and I just can't sleep, so I thought maybe we could share some of this with you. Now, everybody already knows that the hurricane is in Florida. It's probably about halfway through the state. It's going west to east as we're doing this broadcast. But some good news, it did come south of Tampa Bay. It's still killing people. It's a monster storm. It spun off 17 tornadoes, several fatalities. 2 million customers, with roughly 300 customers losing power in just 1 hour. That bears repeating. 300,000 customers losing power in 1 hour. DeSantis is really on top of this. He's got thousands of volunteers waiting to get in there just as soon as it's safe. Supplies. He's an example of both an executive should act and an executive that loves his fellow men. Most politicians just love themselves, but he's the real deal. In fact, I'm hoping that President Trump will make him Secretary of TSA, and I'm tired of looking at bald-headed midgets, leaders wearing dresses, stealing stuff out of the airports. And DeSantis, he's a lawyer. He was in the SEALs. He has 8 years of executive experience, and I think that would be an excellent choice. Okay, now lawmakers, let me move over a little bit. I'm sorry, the cold was bothering me. Lawmakers from both parties are vowing to fight back if former President Donald Trump makes good on his pledge to put Confederate generals' names back on Army bases if he's reelected. Well, I got to tell you, I think he should. Look, these generals on these Army bases are not up there because of their political views. They're up there because of their fighting skills, how they raised the morale of their men, and established leadership. Besides, the average soldier didn't own any slaves. The average Southerner didn't own a slave. The war was about the right to secede. That's how it got started. And they wanted to secede, the populace, that is, because they didn't have the federal government, did not have the right to impose its will on states. But when you don't mess with history, at least when you show the history, even if it doesn't show us in the best of light, it does two things. It gives us the challenge to go forward, and it shows us how much we have accomplished. And we've come a long ways, baby. We've come a long ways, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Now, Russia's getting their nose bloodied again. And this is sad news, really sad. Human life is very precious, can't be replaced. But in Donbass, D-O-N-B-A-S, they're making progress there, taking it back. But this report here says over 600,000 casualties. We only lost 400,000 according to the Googles during the Second World War. I think is closer to 500,000, 525,000, but I can stand to be corrected on that one. Now here's a no-brainer. President Trump declines Fox News request for another debate with Harris. And why should he? I mean, nothing else is. He's doing her a favor. She's already embarrassed herself enough. But he's ahead of the game. They're showing right now that he's about, in all 7 swing states, he's about 2 or 3 points. But there's so many people are not saying they're going to vote for Trump. And also, I was talking to some people today. These are good people that just don't care for Trump's manners. But they're not voting for either side. So whichever candidate is ahead, that's another vote for him. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah, our favorite president. He's a good merchandiser. He's got another set of slippers for sale. I don't know the price. It's more money than a person on Social Security can afford, I'm sure, but you never know. And these things could be a valuable someday. Depends how many they put out. I'm not telling you to buy them. Do your own due diligence, but well, we can. Well, one more thing. I do think the October surprise will be a strong possibility that President Biden will resign about 3 weeks before the election. He'll go into Walter Reed or Naval Medical. That does 2 things. That will give Vice President Harris, they would hope, a little bump in the polls. A new president has a little bit of a honeymoon. And don't forget, she can finish up a term, and then she can be elected, have 2 terms her own. Also, President Biden will give him a more base to say he's too sick to go into court to defend himself. And do you think he'll get indicted? Well, we're getting ready to change administrations. Comer and the Congress has shown an awful lot of money going into his family's account. And you've always got the when you go to a grand jury, you can indict a ham sandwich. Now, he's not going to get indicted because President Trump won't allow it. He knows that the country has to get going forward. That would give too much negative propaganda to our adversaries overseas. That's what I think. I hope you like it. Please come back. Hope you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. See if I can figure out how to turn this thing off. Okay, it's true.